Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Patriots add 8-3 now. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll throw with May. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
They go play action now. May. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Now Patrick going to change the play. A quick throw to Adunze on the RPO. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Lucas Van Ness in there on the tackle. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is, we want to be the guys to end that streak, and what's working.
And this is caught, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. This defense for the Chiefs, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he's got his big tight end here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
Let's go. Panther Street. Panther Street.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Leo Chanel.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Well, now they'll try the end around. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Xavier Worthy, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Come on. 7 Pirates. Dragon 60.
To the air, May. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Here we go. 19 tight. Rig alert.
Throwing here is May.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Right back to him on first down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To throw, it's May.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter.
And the Chiefs will take over possession here up at the 44. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 5.
Easy.
On play action, it's Mahomes.
Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it.
And all the way down to the 9. A big play there for KC. 41 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Yellow.
He'll try again. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal.
Hey, 57.
They'll try to run this one in.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed, because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Looking to throw. May. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's May. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ramsey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From the gun, it's May. Over the middle, complete. That's Ramsey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. The slot man in motion right. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
From the shotgun, May with it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game's signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And a route is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And, Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and bottom line is protect the football. Just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
Off the play fake. Here's May.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
So still 14 yards to go. Second down.
Here we go. Buffalo 18. Riggs.
They're going to look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
First down, Chiefs. Attack! Hard time.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They go play action. Now Mahomes.
That's into the hands of Waddle downfield. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A big play there for KC. 43 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes and picking. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Hey, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now a 2nd and 10.
I don't need to. 15. Watch out!
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the route is on here in this first half.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Fighting through, and he's got space. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Here's Mahomes to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Yellow.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now here's a throw out wide. Oh, this might be a double pass. And now here's another interception. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
Yellow. 15. Yellow.
Mahomes now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
I like what they tried to do there, tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. From the shotgun, it's May. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Mahomes going to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Hey, 57 color. Hey, Sunday, on Sunday. 15.
Now here's Mahomes. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle with career touchdown number 70. And the Chiefs take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball.
And now here is another interception. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. 29 yards.
And the Chiefs get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Let's go now. Check smash. Check smash. Go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
52 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, they'll run it here. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
19 tight. 19 tight. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready.
They'll try and throw for it with May. And my goodness, another interception. And the Chiefs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
7 yards there and a first down.
Yellow. Hey, 57.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze.
Second down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Hey, Riblin, Riblin.
Here we go on 4th down. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing here is May. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They're going on 4th down. May. Oh, and that is incomplete.
The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line ready to go.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Here's May.
And now here is another interception. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 81 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. 20! And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
60 Maverick. Ready? 18 Pioneer. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Warrior 70. Hunt.
To throw, it's May.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Buffalo 18. Ready?
They'll look to throw on third and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Mustang 19. Check go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
2nd and 10.
Yellow, yellow. Hey, 15, 15, 15. 15, yellow, 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 yellow. Watch out.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Kansas City, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots,